Anambra State government taxed citizenry on tree planting. Muslim Ummah cautions against criminalities. 7 Pakistani pilgrims died in the bus crash. Before the news in details, Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. My name is Ajuluchukwu Okabwe. Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Noye Soludo, has congratulated the Muslim Ummah in Anambra State on Eid al-Fitr celebration and urged them to use the occasion to build on the lessons and reflection of Ramadan. The governor's wife, who stated this in her Eid al-Fitr message, which was released in Awka, noted that the celebration calls for real introspection on how celebrants have pursued the holy lessons of love, friendship, and community. She urged all Muslim faithfuls that are celebrating to also use the religious feast to foster social harmony and effect a lasting mark of friendship and peace on the community around them. Mrs. Soludo also asked them to find a common ground for oneness and tolerance as they relish the joy and blessings of the important celebration. While wishing the Muslim Ummah in Anambra State a fulfilled Eid Mubarak, the governor's wife commended them for championing peace and harmony in the state and urged them to continue to support the present administration's vision of a livable and prosperous Anambra State. The State Commissioner for Environment, Dr. Felix Odumegwu, has called on Ndi Anambra to plant trees within their household to mitigate against climate change and erosion in the state. Dr. Odumegwu made this call during the flag-off of tree planting exercise by Senatoch Limited, Amazon Housing Estate, Enugu Agidi in Njikoka local government area. Correspondent Emeka Modelim now reports.
Odumegwu noted that Senatoch Limited, the developers of the estate, has complemented Governor Chukwuma Soludo's efforts of creating green zones and doused over 1,000 active erosion sites in the state by planting trees inside the estate. He disclosed that Anambra State government distributed over 1 million trees to about 130 households last year to mitigate against climate change, build a clean and green environment, as well as arrest erosion ravaging parts of Anambra State. The commissioner maintained that tree planting will ensure sustainable environment by mitigating against erosion and flooding, and commended Senatoch Limited for building an estate with the touch of nature.
Here is one to mitigate against climate change by the enormous planting of trees within the neighborhoods, and two, to provide for poverty alleviation.
The inspiration was got looking back at the Amazon forest in Brazil. That's the vision behind this. Because when you look at Amazon forest, you see it's densely packed with vegetation, with greens. And then with the knowledge I have about the environment, trees have so much functions, so much benefits to human and environment at large.
In his remarks, the Transition Committee Chairman of Njikoka local government area, Chief Clems Aguiyi, expressed joy that the move is in line with Anambra State government policy to have Anambra environment clean and sustainable, and urged other estate developers to emulate them. In their reactions, the Commissioner for Agriculture, Mr. Foster Ihejiofor, and the Managing Director of Anambra State Fishery and Aquaculture Business Development Agency, Mr. Emeka Iloghalo, who highlighted the economic and health benefits of trees, called on Ndi Anambra to join hands with Governor Soludo to preserve green environment so that Anambra will be recognized for longevity. The occasion climaxed with tree planting inside the estate by Mr. Ameze and the government officials that graced the occasion. From Enugu Agede, Chukwuemeka Modelem, ABS News.
It was a homecoming ceremony for Ndi Mponando Otu Aguleri in Anambra East Council area as they rallied around their traditional ruler, Igwe Johnson Onyeka Mbanefo, for his 2024 Ofala Festival. The Ofala Festival, which took place at Colonel Mike Atta Secondary School field, Bunando Utu Aguleri, was the traditional ruler's second ofala since he ascended the throne. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye completes the story.
They also used the event to launch a 60 million naira tractor project that will be used by members of the community for commercial farming to ease the hardships caused by manual farming. Tagged Ovaludo, the festival attracted other traditional rulers from Omabala region, top government officials. The event came to its climax when Igwe Onyeka Mbanefo, in company of his wife Ebelechukwu and members of his royal cabinet, were ushered into the Ovala ground. Breaking the kola note, Igwe Onyeka Mbanefo said since he ascended the throne, enthronement of peace, development, and unity of the community have been his vision, as he has continued to seek for betterment of his subjects. He praised Governor Chukwuma Soludo for all the developmental projects going on in the state, which he said they have benefited hugely from, saying that the new general hospital in Enugu to Aguleri, the electrification project for the rural community, and provision of potable water are some of the important projects of the administration that will better their lives.
I am asking you to go to see your simple one.
In a good message, the Commissioner for Power and Water Resources, Engineer Julius Chukwuemeka, said he was elated by the relative peace and cordial relationship enthroned in Aguleri Otu and their neighboring communities, championed by Igwe Onyeka Mbanefo, and asked them to keep supporting Governor Soludo.
As a team in Christ, I believe in Ovala, nearby, and
the President General of Aguleri Progressive Union, Barrister Ifeanyi Ilu-Akasia, who doubled as the chairman of the 2024 Ovala Planning Committee, explained that Ovala Festival is the highest celebration in their community, and they rally round their traditional ruler, Igwe Onyeka Mbanefo, because of his peace-oriented leadership in the community. For the chairman, Mbunando to Aguleri Cabinet, Chief Raphael Edoziogo Ejo, God bless them with Igwe Onyeka Mbanefo, as the community has not had it so good before, as he prayed for a long reign of the monarch. Igwe Onyeka Mbanefo also conferred chieftaincy titles on some individuals who have contributed to the growth and development of the community, including Chief Alex Madukase, Chidumebi Okonkwo, and Mrs. Rose Ilochi. Homages by the subjects, masquerading, and other cultural activities were some of the highlights of the Ovala. From Mpunando Otu Aguleri, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Anambra State Joint Security Force recently extended its manhunt for criminals attacking security formations in the state to Obaro Forest. In a release signed by the PRO, Tochukwu Ikenga stated that the locations around Amiye and Ochiuche were combed for the insurgents. Troops of the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Navy lent considerable firepower to the operation, which completely routed out hoodlums from their hideouts in the forest. The release ad of several camps were found and destroyed during the operation, which lasted several hours. 9 improvised explosive devices, IEDs, recovered from the camps were safely defused by the police bomb squad. According to the release, the Commissioner of Police, CP Aderemi Adeoye, has commended the military for its steadfastness in supporting the fight against criminality. He also thanked the DSS, the NCDC, NDLEA, NIS, and various vigilante groups across the state for the wonderful synergy that is yielding fantastic results in keeping Anambra State safe. The police commissioner also warned courts running amok in the state capital to be aware of their days are numbered. He warned that security will not fold its hands and watch them destabilize the state in the name of court rivalry, leading to fatalities. Muslims in Nigeria joined the counterpart around the world to celebrate Eid al-Fitr. The Seriki Bawari Area Council of Anwal Ijokoro had advised Muslim faithful to discourage all forms of criminal activities and other social vices in the society. The Seriki Buhari, who made the call after the Eid prayers in Buhari Area Council, Abuja, called on parents to oversee the activities of their children who are leaders of tomorrow. ABS Abuja Bureau Chief Princess Ekwi Ejide tells us more.
Ramadan is a holy period that teaches empathy for the less privileged. Devotion to Almighty God for guidance, forgiveness and blessings are practiced for 30 days through fasting and prayers. The day is centered around celebrating the end of a month of fasting and spending time with family, friends and people within the community. The Sarakim Buhari Area Council and Anwal Ijokoro urged Nigerians to stand together as people and the nation to build trust, confidence, respect for one another.
Barka da Sallah. Sallah celebration is a celebration of joy because it's part of Sunnah to make sure that we visited our parents, our lovely ones, and our Muslim brother across the nation, to make sure that we tell them Barka da Sallah.
Another Muslim faithful, Suleiman Ijokoro, also appealed to the federal government to empower more youths in the society to reduce all forms of criminality across the country.
We are appealing to the federal government to at least look at the youth and the community, do the necessary things, because to be frank, people are they're facing a lot of things because of the hardship that people are facing now. Please, we need government to do something so that it can ease the life of Nigerians.
Usually in this season, Muslims are enjoined to reflect on the lessons of Ramadan, depicting virtues, sympathy and brotherhood in their lives, as well as continue prayers for national growth and stability. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ejide reporting.
On to some foreign news. At least 17 Pakistani pilgrims have died in a bush crash while traveling to a shrine in Balochistan for Eid al-Fitr celebrations. The accident occurred yesterday when the vehicle lost control before falling into a ravine. More than 40 people are being treated for injuries in Karachi, and police say casualties could rise. High fatality crashes are common in Pakistan, often caused by driver error and poorly maintained roads. Balochistan Minister Sindh Morud Ali Shah told reporters that 2 children were among the injured and that at least 5 people had sustained serious head injuries. He added that the details of the accident were still under investigation. Balochistan Deputy Commissioner Manirul Abdul Kakar told newsmen that there were some 60 people, including men, women and children, riding in the truck when the accident occurred, and that it may have been due to a failed brake. Eid al-Fitr, which means Festival of Breaking of the Fast, is celebrated by millions of Muslims around the world, including those in Pakistan. It marks the end of Ramadan, a month of fasting and spiritual reflection and prayer. And to some sports news. Napoli forward Victor Osimhen is reportedly on the verge of a significant move to Paris Saint-Germain for a fee of 120 million euros. The deal comes as a heavy blow to Chelsea's transfer aspiration of landing the Nigerian international to solve their striker crisis ahead of next season. Several top European clubs have also shown interest in securing the services of the Super Eagles striker this summer. However, negotiations between Napoli and PSG are reported by Italian outlet Mattimo are now progressing to an advanced stage. PSG seem determined to maneuver competitors like Chelsea in the pursuit of Osimhen's signature. The French giant is poised to activate Osimhen's 122 million euro release clause and offer him a lucrative 4-year deal worth 13 million euro per season. Chelsea's financial constraint and the pressing need to adhere to the Premier League's profit and sustainability regulations have led to them to withdraw from the race for Osimhen's signature. The Nigeria international who helped the Super Eagles reach the AFCON finals is a frequent transfer target despite signing a contract extension until December 2026. Osimhen, 25, reportedly has 112 million euros release clause in his new contract, which PSG would be happy to activate if Mbappe's high wage did not strain their resources. The Napoli striker has developed into one of Europe's most lethal strikers in recent years, following up on a tally of 26 goals in 32 Serie A matches last season, with 7 in 13 so far this season. Previous and glorious is the sight in the Lord is the death of his faithful servants. But to man, death under any circumstance never seems a precious thing. This was the case in the life of late Sir Michael Chukwujindu Akudinobi of Umunako Ukpo in Newisa local government area of Anambra State, who was laid to rest at his country home in Ukpo. Correspondent Chimezie Ume filed in this report.
The funeral mass held in honor of the deceased took place at St. Peter's Clavers Catholic Church, Ukpo, and was presided over by the Bishop of Ekulobe Diocese, His Eminence Peter Cardinal Opaleke. In a homily, Cardinal Opaleke explained that one who lives purposeful and well-examined life is not afraid of death. He emphasized that as a knight of the church, the deceased has prepared himself to return to his Maker and urged every father to always bless their children and direct them in the path of life instead of cursing them. In his tributes, Engineer Dozie Akudinobi, who described his late father as a molder of men, great disciplinarian, and lover of God worthy of emulation, thanked all that came to commiserate with them on the death of their father.
He is known for his truthfulness, for his honesty. He mentioned that the people that he transformed their lives are countless, like the sands of the ocean. But one thing is remarkable, that he was a living saint when he was alive.
In their separate remarks, the first daughter and son-in-law to the deceased, Mrs. Chinwe Nnabugu, and Chief Simon Chukwendo, described the late Sir Michael as a lovely, kind, gentle, and generous man whose shoulder bore the pains and difficulties of others, and prayed God to grant his soul eternal rest. Numerous relatives, friends, well-wishers, and business associates, including the alumni of Maris Brothers Secondary School, Uturu, and the Anambra State Chairman of People's Democratic Party, Chief Ndubisi Nwobu, poured out their tributes to the deceased and encouraged his children to keep to the legacies of their father. The late Sir Michael, who died at the age of 87, is survived by his wife, 4 children, numerous grandchildren, and great-grandchildren.
Follow news and programs of ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Television Orca, and on Instagram at ABS Radio Television. You can also log on to our website at www.absradio. A look at the main point again before we go. Idul Fitri, Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Soludo, has urged Muslim faithful to build reflection on Ramadan. Anambra State government has taxed Ndi Anambra on tree planting to checkmate erosion. Muslim Ummah has cautioned against all forms of criminalities as Idul Fitri lasts. And on the foreign scene, we brought to you 17 Pakistani pilgrims have died in a bus crash. Before the news in details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy, and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. My name is Ajuluchukwu Okabwe, saying thank you for watching. Have a blessed evening.